Hello, you're very welcome to Classic English Academy Plus. In fact, I am going to start a new serious lesson from this book. Yes, I am going to try to use all those tips that I gave you in last 3 sessions, connecting them together and introduce you some beautiful structures. These beautiful structures are going to help you to think in English language. I am sure that you have already heard this sentence. Try to think in English to produce the English like native speakers. Yes, it is correct, but there are some rules. We have to know those rules to produce like English native speakers. And if we do not have the idea, we have to copy the sentences and repeating them. I am sorry, it is called parrot fashion. The way that the parrot and the parrots hear words and they try to repeat. Well, in fact, it is not very interesting. Also, you're going to use the grammar because you're going to use the words with the grammar in English language, not in your mother tongue language. Maybe the grammar which starts with the word order is very different in your mother tongue, and it must be, in fact. Well, in English language, we have some different kind of beautiful structures that they help us to produce the correct sentences. When you hear them, when you try to use them, when you do the exercises in this book, you will see that you are going to make hundreds of sentences without memorizing. And even you forget your last sentence, you try to make a new one. This is the time that your talent starts to make beautiful sentences, and your listeners and your readers, when you write and send it to me, I am your reader, I will read this, are going to enjoy everything. Yes, don't worry. I am going to go step by step in this grammar book and tell you all the details. We are going to practice everything. But we do need some important things about listening rules. When we hear the words, there are some stresses. There are some correct pronunciations from British English or American English. Well, this second book is going to be the main goal of the beginning in this course. We are going to have a very long course, and these 2 books are going to help us to make a very strong basic rules to produce the language and see, hear, and feel the language very differently. The way that you're not going to experience it anywhere else. I am 100% sure because I have made up my mind to produce a lot of idioms, the most important words in these practices, in these exercises we are going to have. So don't worry about anything. We are going to go step by step. Well, in this session, I'm going to talk about a very important verb with 2 forms of simple verb and an idiomatical one, when it is idiom, when it comes as an idiom in a sentence. Let's start the 4th session. Okay, this is session 4, and I am sure that you remember our last sessions because today I am going to talk about an important issue. Well, verbs in English language are very, very important to the sentence because every sentence has one single verb at least. In fact, we are going to start the book, Essential, as you know the name, Essential Grammar in Use. Remember that? We have the word USE with 2 pronunciation. When it is a verb, we say Z, like use. When it is a noun, we say S, like use. Essential Grammar in Use, Unit 1. Okay, what's this unit about? Please have a look at this. This is very important to start. Before we start this unit, I'd like to introduce you some important things. Do you remember proper nouns or common nouns?
Tom and Mary? Oh yeah, of course. For instance, my cat or my teacher. Well, we have nouns here. In English language, we have nouns in all other languages. And there are different nouns. Well, the common nouns are nouns like cats, my teacher. Well, the proper nouns are very special nouns. We start them with capital letter, like Tom and Mary. Okay, these are called proper nouns. Okay, do you remember that we talk about nouns and pronouns? I remember that I introduced them as very, very close friends. Yeah, why? Because sometimes we do not need to repeat Tom and Mary, but we can use they instead of them. For my cat, I can use it. For my teacher, I can use he or she. Okay, I also say I and you when you are two people, when you are one single people. And when we have I and you, we have we. So here they are. These pronouns come for different kind of nouns. Well, these different kinds of nouns are everywhere, like my cat, my teacher. Sometimes I can say my teachers, yes, or my cats, because there are many. So my teachers. And if I say my teachers, I can continue this sentence with they. My teachers are very nice. They are very professional. Yes, of course. Okay, let's go to Unit 1 and talking about the verb to be. Well, in this unit starts the topic with the matter of am, is, are. Look at the unit. Well, we have be here, you know. It is very popular to say to be. Okay, be is the root of the verb. And am, is, are present. And for past, maybe you know that. We have was for these two. And we have another word for where. We say here, okay, this is it. And for perfect tenses, look at it. This is very important. Why we say tenses? Because this part is used in different perfect tenses. We have present perfect tenses, we have future perfect tenses, we have past perfect tenses, different perfect tenses. So the word been is for perfect tenses. Okay, the verb to be has got 4 parts. 1 part, 2, 3rd part, and 4th part. But all of the English verbs have 3 parts only. So, number 1, this verb is very different from many different kinds of verbs because it has 4 parts. Okay, like a speak, you know that? A spoke and a spoken. Look at this one. This is very important. A spoken is perfect tenses. Yes, of course. The past is a spoke. Here we say perfect tenses. This is past. And what about this one? It is present. Yes, of course. And root. 99% of the English verbs have these kind of structure. They are in 3 parts. But to be has got the first very, very different, forms. We can say be like the root, and it is only root. Just keep in mind, later on, we will talk about the root and the use of the root of the verbs in different structures. When I ask you to put the root of the verb, and when you go to be careful that you need to use be only, not am, is, are, because am, is, are is present. Okay, so let's go to another part of be. This is very, very important. Well, we separate am, is, are for different pronouns. Look at this one. Pronouns I, he, she, Mary, it, you, we, they. Well, of course, there are some more different kind of nouns that we can put here, like Mary and Tom. But here we have the verb, and after this, you see that we just use am for I, is for one single, he, she, Mary, it, and different forms like my teacher, my neighbor, or my neighbors are. Okay, here we use are for all of them. Are, and are. Okay, so the first part is that we have to be. Remember that? Yeah, we have be with different forms. Am, is, are, was, were for the past, and been. And this is very, very special because it happens to be only. Be is the root. This part is the present, and this part was, were, was past, and been is the sign for present perfect of the verb to be. Okay, the first one is the information about the forms of the to be. The second one is the matter that we only use am for I. This is very special about to be. He, she, it, Mary, my teacher, is. You, we, they, we always use are here. So there are different forms. Yes, of course. But we don't have such a thing in other verbs in English language. The third one is very, very important. And the fourth one, of course. Well, the third one is that we can simply add not to this verb and make it negative. For instance, am not, is not, and are not. This is very, very interesting because it's very easy. You can also make it short. This is particularly about to be. Okay, look at the lesson in the book. You will see that it's very simple. It shows exactly. You say, for I am, you can say I'm, and here I'm. If you are going to make the sentence negative, you can say I'm not. Look at the lesson in the book. It's very easy here. So the abbreviations, I mean, kind of a short form of the verb is very, very special about some verbs in English language. And the first verb is to be. I'm trying to introduce it. Okay, the fourth part is the matter of the question. You do not need any other helping verbs at all to make this verb negative or question. We say, are you? Are you there? Yeah, you see that? Is it nice? Yes, you can simply, change the place of the verb to the beginning of the sentence and make it a beautiful question. Is it nice? Are you there? And many other forms. In this unit, Unit 1, we are actually going to study and do some practices of the simple sentences, number 2 and number 3. The next lessons, we are going to talk about more important things about this verb, like the question forms, of course. This is very important. You must know this verb particularly because it is very, very important, and we can use it, well, in different forms for different purposes and reasons in English language, because we know these as a helping verb too, and when it comes to the helping verb, it acts very differently, and we will talk about this, of course, but I just like you know that this is very important to understand this lesson. And then we continue to more lessons, more important lessons about this verb. And of course, you will find and try to analyze these things at the same time, because you need to take some notes from every unit that we are trying to solve the problems. Well, do the exercises. If you have any question, any, try to ask, please. Do not hesitate. But now here, go for Unit 1 and do some exercises. Okay, we have here as the Unit 1, I try, and in fact, I still try to speak very slowly because I think that you're interested to hear me slowly. In fact, I believe that you're a elementary student, maybe you're a starter and you need to see things very, very simple. Let's go to exercises. I put the E for exercises. I'm not going to write it in full, not necessary. Okay, and we say E 1.1. Okay, number, for instance, well, number 2. Okay, it says they are, and it's that we write it the short form. We say their. Be careful, when you are making it short, you need to put the A to the Y. It seems that it is one single word. Okay, it's very easy. This part is very easy. Okay, the exercises. Let's go to another exercise, the more important one. Number 1.2. Exercise 1 says the weather is nice today. Look at it. Because the weather as common noun is one single word. It says the weather, well, because we know that the weather is equal to it. Yes, is equal to it. So we need, of course, is for it. We can use this is for the weather too. That's why you see it is here. The answer is is. The weather is nice today. Look at this one. Okay, let's go to unit 1.2, number 4. Yeah, number 4 says these. Oh yes, these is plural of this. This is also a pronoun. For one, these, more than one. So after these, we need to bring some nouns. Nouns. Listen, this is very important. Bag, bags. So because of the pronoun is for plural nouns, we need to bring plural, well, nouns after that, and then, of course, verb that goes with this. We say, and these bags are. These bags, we can say it is almost equal day. So they are, these bags are. They are almost the same, but we do not know what they are. So we need to say these bags. Do you remember? Okay. These bags are, and the sentence, heavy. Okay, something is very interesting here. Maybe again, it is the matter of to be. When you have am, is, are, you have some special structure. After am, is, are, you can use kind of adjective. Most of the time you see this adjective with a noun. Sometimes you just see a noun here. Sometimes you just see an adjective. You know, this is very special about to be. Okay, this is not happening in other verbs. You almost see it very, very, rarely in other verbs. Other verbs in English language do not have such a kind of structure and forms. This is very special form about to be. So you see to be in one part with adjective plus a noun. Sometimes you see to be in another form, only with a noun or some nouns. And the third one, it is an adjective. Look at this one. I just like to give you some example out of the book. It's a bag, okay? You can say it in another second sentence. You say, it's nice, or it's a nice bag. Look at it. This is the third one. Well, after is, we use adjective. We do not need a here. No a. When we are introducing a noun, we need a. If it is one noun, of course, it is a. Okay, it is a bag. It is nice. It is a nice bag. This a does not come for the nice, for an adjective, but it comes for the noun. Okay, so you see, this is very special form for to be. Look at it. Another example. They are new. They are new pens. This is very important. When we use adjective, we do not need a or an at all because it is an adjective. We cannot count the adjectives at all. They are new pens. When we have nouns and more than one, maybe they are 2, 3, 4, or 100 nouns. Here we have s, so we do not need a or an again. They are new pens because pens are more than one, so we use a kind of pronoun as a starter. Do you remember? The starter is, well, for plural nouns, we need plural verb. We also need a plural nouns at the end of it. So plural, plural, plural. But new in both sentences is not countable because it is an adjective. It just says what and how the noun is going to happen. Okay, we have another form of the exercises in this book. You can say 1.3 exercise 5, unit 1, exercise 3, number 5. It says the weather is nice today. Yes, look at it. The weather is nice today. Yes, okay. We have another sentence connecting to this sentence. Well, we are going to say about the condition of the weather. We say it, because it, as you know, talks about different kind of things about the weather, like the conditions, okay? But we know that it is one because the weather is a noun that we cannot count it. We always bring one single verb for it. So the weather has a pronoun. Do you remember that we talk about the common noun and proper noun? We say that they are very, very close friends to pronouns. The weather is one, so we need to bring, of course, a pronoun which shows one single thing. It is warm and sunny. Well, let's go for another exercise. 1.4. Number 1. It asks about the name. You need to start your sentence with why. My name, I have one name, huh? My name is, this is 1, 2. My name is Bob. You can say that. Okay. I am or I'm 55. Okay. I'm a teacher. Okay. This is 1.4, number 1, 1.4, number 2, 1.4, number 4, and the rest. Okay, here, let's go to 1.5. It's interesting. 1.5 is a matter of the adjectives when we have different kind of conditions. Sometimes we have some fixed phrases with to be. Some verbs have some fixed phrases. Fixed phrases are some words that we usually and generally speak and use it at the same time that we have be. For instance, she is thirsty, number 1. They are cold. Yeah, they are cold. We have an adjective here, okay? It is talking about they. So we do not need a or and here because adjective does not need. Okay, well, this is number 2, of course. Number 4, it says he is scared. He is one single. Is scared. Look at it. Scared is the time that you are out of your mood. Something is going to make trouble for you. So sometimes you say, I am scared. He is scared. Okay, something very interesting. We can add not to all these verbs and make them negative. For instance, I'm not 55. I'm not a teacher. Okay, my name is not Bob. They are not cold. It is just extra exercise, huh? He is not scared. And simply, I can add this not to this verb and make it negative. It is perfect because we can play with this verb. We do need to play with this verb to get to understand it, try to use it. That is particularly important. Please let me know if I am very slow and you are interested to hear me faster. Okay, put it in the comments. Okay, we have got another exercise, 1.6. What is this? It is very interesting, some kind of game. It says that please try to connect these words and make new sentence. This is very, very important. You can change these, okay? If you have a problem, you can ask me. 1.6, well, number 3, exercise 3 says, my hands are 2, okay? I have 2 hands. Some people have two hands. Yeah, many people. Well, and two, I say my hands, okay, this is equal they. That's why we need to bring are. My hands are cold. Sometimes you can say, my hands are not cold. Yes, you just like to make it negative. Very easy. Okay, this is Unit 1. It's very simple. Try to look up all those words from a dictionary. Okay, looking up a word from a dictionary is going to make you more interested studying English. It is going to change the way that you see the language, how to use the words in different kinds of exercises and sentences. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. Please put some comments. What do you think about it? How do you feel it? How much do you know about this? How much did you know about this? And what kind of information are you more interested to see and practice here? For this session, I think it is enough. You're very welcome to Classic English Academy Plus again. And goodbye for now. See you next session.